Commerce Algebra 1 classes, Dr. Petzel and I are personalizing learning for students by giving them choice when it comes to homework assignments. We use Mastery Path and Canvas to do this. Using Mastery Paths, you can offer up to 3 different options for students to choose from. So what does a Mastery Path look like? Let's look at the final product that students see, then I'll go back and show you how to create Mastery Paths in Canvas. I am in Student View on Canvas so you can see what my students see. We are going to look at the 7-2 module. At the top I have the foldable, the worksheet, and a video of the lesson for my students to see. Then I have a text header that says 7-2 assignment. That is where the Mastery Path starts. Under the text header is a Canvas quiz I named 7-2 assignment. This quiz is one multiple choice question that asks, which assignment would you like to complete for this lesson? Based on the answer chosen, the corresponding assignment will populate in the module. So if I go ahead and click on the 7-2 assignment quiz and click begin, you can see it asks, which assignment would you like to complete for the 7-2 assignment? They have the option between the 7-2 derivative or the 7-2 area and perimeter task cards. I'm going to go ahead and click on the 7-2 derivative and submit that answer. You will have to explain to students that the grade for this quiz is not important. So whether they make a 100 or a 0, that's not important. That is not what's going in the grade book. But once you submit your answer to your quiz, I'm going to go up here to this top right-hand side and click on Return. And I'm going to go back to the module. And you'll notice under the 7-2 assignment quiz, it now has the 7-2 derivative assignment. This looks a little different on the iPads if students are using the Canvas app. On the iPads, the module will stay open on the left-hand side of the screen, and students may have to refresh the module by scrolling to the very top and pulling down to get the assignment to populate after taking the quiz. I have this a 7-2 assignment quiz set up so students can go back and choose the other assignment choice if they would like. I'll show you how to do that in a minute, but you can see if I go back to the 7-2 assignment, I am able to take the quiz again. This time I'm going to click on the 7-2 area and perimeter task cards and click Submit. So now I'm going to go up, click on Return. And go back to the 7-2 module. And you'll see now it has the 7-2 area and perimeter task cards, which is just a quiz that I made for them to put in the answers to the task cards. Now that you have seen the finished product, let me show you how to create a Mastery Path in your Canvas course. The first thing you need to do is go into your settings on your Canvas course. So scroll down to the bottom here where it says Settings. At the very bottom of our settings, the third from the bottom, it says Mastery Paths. Make sure you check this box that says Enable Individual Learning Paths for Students Based on Assignment. That has to be checked for Mastery Paths to work. And then Update Course Details. Now you're ready to create your Mastery Path. As you saw, I like to create a module for each learning path. It gets confusing if you have multiple Mastery Paths housed in the same module, especially at first. After creating a module, I create an assignment quiz. So you go over here to the plus sign and click on Quiz and create a quiz. All of my assignment quizzes are one multiple choice question that asks, what assignment would you like to complete for this lesson? When creating your assignment, pay attention to which assignment you select as the correct answer. Canvas uses this score to decide which assignment to populate for students. So for my example, the 7-2 assignment, the 7-2 derivative was the correct answer to that quiz, and so if they made a 100 on the quiz, it opened the 7-2 derivative assignment for them. Whereas if they got a 0 on the quiz, if they got the question incorrect, it opens the 7-2 area and perimeter task cards. After creating the assignment quiz, you need to create the other assignments your students can choose from. You can see in my 7-2 module, I have the 7-2 Derivative, and then I also have the 7-2 area and perimeter task cards quiz that students can do. Make sure that you create all of your assignments, like the quizzes or the assignments, that you're going to use in the Mastery Path before you do this next part. So once you have your assignments made, you're going to click on one of the assignments. So I'm going to click on the 7-2 Derivative. And for this one, I have to click on Edit Assignment Settings. If I can get it to work. I don't know why it won't work in full screen, but. So Edit Assignment Settings, and then if we scroll down to where it says Assign, instead of putting everyone, we're going to change this to Mastery Paths. So we want to assign it to Mastery Paths. Then you're going to scroll down. If you want to add a due date here, you can. You can make it available from certain dates, just like a normal assignment. The only thing different is that we're assigning it to the Mastery Paths, not to everyone. And then we're going to click Save. It is going to give you a warning box like this. You can ignore it. It's just saying that not everybody will be assigned to this quiz, which is what you wanted to happen anyways. So just click on Continue when it gives you the warning box. And then we need to go back and do the same thing for the other assignment. So I'm going to go over to the 7-2 area and perimeter task cards, scroll down to where it says Assign to, and instead of everyone, I'm going to change it to Mastery Paths. Again, I can add a due date if I would like. I'm not going to for right now. And then Save. When the warning box comes up, just click Continue. Now we need to go back to the first quiz we made, the 7-2 assignment. So I want to make sure that this quiz is assigned to everybody because everyone needs to take that quiz to determine which assignment they're going to complete. You can set a due date on this as well if you would like. Once you have this, we're going to scroll up to this top part. Right beside where it says Details, it should say Mastery Paths. So we're going to click on that. And this is where knowing which assignment was the correct assignment, which one was technically the correct answer, is important. So my correct answer was the 7-2 Derivative. So where it says 100 points, this plus sign, I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to search for the 7-2 Derivative because that was the one that was 100. The correct answer was worth 100 points. And click Add Item. Then I'm going to go down to my 0 points. So the one that was the incorrect answer, I'm going to click on that. That was the 7-2 task cards. So I'm going to search for those, and I'm going to select them and hit Add Items. If you want your students to be able to go back and change their choice, so if maybe they pick the 7-2 Derivative and they change their mind, they decide they want to do the task cards, you can go back into the settings for that quiz. So I'll show you that. So into 7-2 assignment, I'm going to go to Build. Click on Settings up here, and I'm going to do Allow Multiple Attempts, and you want them to keep the latest score. So you can limit it to how many times they can choose, or you can make that unlimited. They can go back and forth however many times they need to. But you definitely need it to make sure that you change the score to keep to latest. Otherwise, it's not going to change. It's not going to open the other assignment. If you want students to stick with whatever choice they chose to begin with and not be able to go back and choose the other assignment, then you just need to keep this, like, allow multiple attempts turned off. And then you can just return. So this Mastery Path should be set up correctly. I always like to go into Student View. So go up here and click on Student View and try it out and make sure that it's working correctly. Especially at first, it took me a long time to get all the steps down without making any mistakes and forgetting something to do in this process. So I do always like to double check before I assign it to students that it is set up correctly. I really like using mastery paths and letting my students choose different assignments to do for homework. It is more work up front creating the assignments, but at the end when it comes to grading the assignments, it has been a lot easier to grade. I've also thought about using mastery paths to help with remediation on quizzes or tests. You could ask a student what range their score on a particular quiz or test falls into, so like maybe they made a 0 to a 50, or a 50 to a 70, or a 70 to a 100. And then you can provide enrichment assignments for the high flyers or different levels of remediation for the struggling students based on their quiz grade or test grade. If you have any questions or would like help creating a mastery path, send me or Dr. Petzel an email or stop by one of our rooms. We would love to help you with this process. Also, if you have other ideas for using mastery paths in your classrooms, please be sure to share with us. We're always looking for new ideas.